Hello, once again. Welcome to this series for job interview questions. I haven't said job interview questions for flight attendants because this is a general question that is asked to all people that go for job interviews. And the question is, do you have any questions for us? I used to hate this question. It's the same question with do you have any weaknesses? These are two questions that I hated during interviews, and I didn't know how to answer them. In one of the videos, I answered, what are your weaknesses? How to answer that. Please find it and listen to it. But let's answer, do you have any questions for us? When I was interviewing in the past with different companies, I used to say, no is a bad answer. Do not say, no, I have no question. Because I'm sure you've been interviewing nervous and you're just like, oh, finally, no more questions. But it's a good idea and it puts you in a very good position. It shows of your extra confidence when you ask these questions. First of all, if you don't ask anything, if you simply say no, then you cannot know how the interview went. Probably there is something that you could do to change the situation if you ask one or two questions. Or probably you'll just have to go back home, sit, and wait for the people to call you. Sometimes some companies say, we shall contact you in 2-3 days or 2-3 weeks. And that means, no, we are not going to call you. So if you ask a few questions at the end, it helps you understand whether they will call you back or it just, one, you understand if they will call you back. And number two, you show off more confidence. You come off more confident. So what questions can you ask? I wrote a number of them down, depending on which job you're interviewing for. Number one, you could say, what would an average day look like in the company? So for example, if you're interviewing for, let's say, a flight attendant, you could ask, what's the flight schedule generally like? So generally, what's it like? Of course, you know it changes all the time, but generally, how is it like? Or generally, where do they fly to? If you don't know this, make sure you don't ask questions that are written on the websites of the company. For example, when I was interviewing to become a teacher, I asked generally the teaching schedules, what's it like? And the manager had to tell me classes begin at this time and end at this time, something like that. So ask something. If you don't ask this, if this is not suitable for the position you're applying for, you could ask, how would I be trained? So this is suitable for flight attendants. Because before you begin working, you're going to be trained. And this information sometimes is not out there on their websites and everything. So you could ask, how would I be trained? How would the training, what's it going to be like? Where will it happen? For example, if you live in one city and the training is going to be in another city, if you ask this during the job interview, it helps you prepare. Because if you're going to move to another city, you have to say goodbye to friends. You have to begin thinking of packing and so many things. So how would I be trained is a very good question. If your job involves training when you get the job before you begin working. The other question is, what's the performance review process like? For example, if you're interviewing for a position like an accountant, a secretarial, different positions, you could ask, what's the performance review process like? This could help you understand more about this company. The other thing is, what's your favorite part about working here? So if this is the HR, you could ask, what's your favorite part about working in this company? And they will let you know, is it a good company or not? And while we are talking about this, you should remember, this is something I didn't know when I was interviewing with schools or with different companies. When you go for an interview, you're not there to be asked questions. You're there to see if The company will give you a job, of course, but you want to see, do you want to work with this company or not? So if you ask a question like, for example, the performance review process, and they don't have one, and you ask, for example, the HR, what do they like about working in that place, and they can't answer, then you just know, this might not be a very good company to join. I know when I was looking for a job, I felt like if they give me the job, I will be very lucky. No, no, no. Right now, after some time, I've learned you have experience. You're going to give them time, lots of time, like 8 hours a day at least, or 10 hours a day, 5 days a week, or 6 days a week. You're going to spend a lot of your time with them, a lot of your time when you're awake with them. So you want to know this is a really good opportunity. It may be difficult if you have been unemployed for a long period of time, but try to ask these, most especially if you have more than one chance to join different companies or more than one opportunity. Try to ask this question, or you're simply trying to change from one company to another. Ask these before you jump from one place to another. You may find you're getting into a horrible company. Some companies are horrible. Next, what could we ask? We could ask, who would I be reporting to? So it's good to know like your manager and everything, stuff like that. And if you have any other questions that could be asked during the job interview that you could think of, please let me know in the comment section. Thank you for listening. I wish you success, and be careful. Remember, you're interviewing them to see if they're a good fit for you, and they're interviewing you to see if you're a good fit for them. So you're both interviewing each other, or else you're going to get into that company and realize it was a bad idea. It was a mistake. Thank you for watching. I hope you subscribe to my channel, and leave a comment below if you enjoyed this video, and if I should continue making more videos like this, because sometimes I don't know if this is helpful or not if you don't give me feedback. So thanks a lot. Bye-bye. Take care.